Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right, we are 23 days away from the 2026 Daytona 500. Man, a lot going on in sports. This weekend we have the AFC, NFC Championship games in football. Next weekend we have the NASCAR Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray. The following weekend, Super Bowl 60. The following weekend, the 2026 Super Bowl stock car race in Daytona 500, the great American race. All right, so we are 23 days away, so we're going to do what we've done the entire non-racing season. We're going to profile car number 23. Of course, got to wear my Bubba Wallace shirt. I am a Bubba Wallace fan. If you don't like that, I don't care. I am a fan. He has won, in the last 5 years with 2311, he's won in 3 years, he's won a race, 3 to 5. So, yeah, he's made the playoffs. This year he'll make the chase. No doubt about it. So, yeah, he is one of the elite stars in NASCAR, period. All right, the number 23 has been around since September 11th, 1949. Last race was November 2nd, 2025. Obviously, the last race of 2025. Now, like I've said in a lot of these videos, when I hear a car number, I think of current, obviously, but I also think of some of the 80s and 90s stuff. 23 was the smoking camel car, Winston there for a bit with Jimmy Spencer. And so, obviously, with Bubba and Hut Strickland was in that car at one point. And so it's like I kind of, when looking some stuff up, it's like, oh, yeah, I remember that driver. I remember that paint scheme. I looked these all up and stuff. So, but 1,038 races for the number 23, 5 wins, 60 top 5s, 149 top 10s, 10 poles. 120 different drivers have driven the number 23 in the NASCAR Cup Series. 3 different drivers have won. It's been a Toyota 393 times. It is the only car number so far that we came across that had more races as a Toyota than any other manufacturer. Ford 281, Dodge 115, Plymouth 109, Chevrolet 56, Olds 53, Pontiac 36, Studebaker 33, and Hudson 22. So Bubba Wallace leads the way with 170 starts, 2 wins, 24 top 5s, 47 top 10s, and average finish of 17.5. I know there's going to be some of you out there that love to trash Bubba Wallace for whatever reason. That's cool. But I am going to note that first year of 2311, they were a new startup team. Yes, they had alliance with Joe Gibbs Racing, but again, they were a new startup team. So that first year, you kind of almost give them a waiver for, and then since then, they've ran well. I know they won that rain shortened race at Talladega, but by the way, a lot of drivers have won rain shortened races. Jeff Gordon actually has 5. Darrell Waltrip has some. Rich Petty has 2. So does Dale Earnhardt. So I guess if we're taking Bubba's rain short one away, we need to take all those rain short. Oh wait, they're different because they won more races. Okay, These are just some of the stuff that I read online of people that are ignorant. Jimmy Spencer, 157 starts, 8 top 5s, 29 top 10s, average finish of 20.7. Doug Yates, not the Doug Yates that is the CEO of Roush Yates Engines. This was a different Doug Yates that raced back in the 50s and 60s in NASCAR. 61 starts, 5 top 5s, 20 top 10s, average finish of 15.3. Hut Strickland, 52 starts, 1 top 10, average finish 24.8. Kenny Wallace, 46 starts, 1 top 10, average finish of 24.9. And I can picture this car and remember the name, Eddie Bierschwell, number 23, 43 starts, 1 top 10, average finish 28.1. And if you listen to some of the older stuff, especially on XM Radio during the off season and on racing season, and you hear Barney Hall and, I'm talking like 80s races, and they say Eddie Bierschwell, there was like 2 seasons there, partial seasons, he drove the number 23. Frank Monday, 24 starts, 2 wins, 8 top 5s, 11 top 10s, average finish of 18.6. On the Xfinity side, I know it's O'Reilly Auto Parts, but there hasn't been a race ran under the O'Reilly Auto Parts banner yet. So for these videos, I'm still calling it the Xfinity Series. I know there are people that still call it the Busch Series, and it hasn't been Busch Series in a long time. But for these videos, the last race was under the Xfinity banner. Obviously, next year it'll be the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. 724 races, 12 wins, 62 top 5s, 147 top 10s. 80 different drivers have driven the Xfinity Series number 23, while 3 different winners from March 13th, 1982 through November 5th, 2022. Robert Richardson Jr. had 102 starts, one top 10, average finish of 28.2. Scott Wimmer, I think he had a Caterpillar sponsor if I remember correctly. I could be wrong with that one. 101 races, 5 wins, 17 top 5s, 37 top 10s, average finish of 14.8. Chad Little, I think it was a John Deere sponsor if I remember, because I thought the John Deere sponsor came to Cup in the 97. Again, the sponsorship is just click for, I associate Chad Little with John Deere. 92 races, 6 wins, 25 top 5s, 37 top 10s, average finish of 15.3. If I remember right, one year he won the first 2 races of the year in Xfinity Series. Spencer Gallagher, Maury Gallagher's son, who has since left racing. I know there was some personal issues, we'll call it, I believe it was. 52 races, 1 win, 3 top 5s, 11 top 10s, average finish 19.9. John Hunter Nemechek, his first time went to Xfinity because he drove his dad's truck, ended up going to GMS and Xfinity for 1 year, 33 starts, 6 top 5s, 19 top 10s, average finish to 12.5. That the next year he went the front row for a season and Cup. Obviously was run late 20s, mid 20s, and didn't like it really, I guess. Ended up becoming a Toyota development driver. Went with KBM for a couple of years, worked his way to the Xfinity Series through Toyota with Joe Gibbs Racing, and has since made his way to Cup with Legacy Motor Club, which we should see, I believe, if I had to guess, I would say in 2027 we will see Corey Heim, the full-time of the 3rd Legacy Motor Club car. Hopefully it's the 44, 42, 43, 44, the old petty numbers. Hopefully we get that. We'll see what happens. And then keep that 84 for Jimmy. Kenny Wallace, 33 starts, 10 top 10s, average finish to 17.2. On the truck side, 482 starts among 29 different drivers, 20 wins among 4 drivers, 90 top 5s, 156 top 10s. First race was February 5th, 1995. Last race was November 3rd, 2023. Johnny Benson Jr., when he won his championship, he drove the number 23, 113 starts, 14 wins, 50 top 5s, 72 top 10s, average finish of 10.8. Jason A. White, because there's 2 Jason Whites in the Truck Series in the past. 97 starts, 9 top 5s, 21 top 10s, average finish of 16.6. Spencer Gallagher, 56 starts, 3 top 5s, 15 top 10s, average finish of 15.6. Phil Bonifield, 49 starts, average finish of 32.2. Grant Enfinger, 46 starts, 4 wins, 16 top 5s, 25 top 10s, and an average finish of 10.5. All right, so we are 23 days away from the Great American Race of 2026 Daytona 500. A lot going to happen in the next few weeks video-wise, getting ready for not only the Super Bowl, but if you're a WWE fan, the Royal Rumble is right around the corner. I'm going to have the best of the Royal Rumble to preview, review. Still got one GCW show I need to finish watching and review. I got previews of NASCAR Cookout Clash coming up next week. And then once we get a little closer to Daytona, obviously 23 days, so in about 19 days-ish, we're going to do the season preview. We're going to kind of predict who's going to be in the chase for 2026 on the NASCAR already. All the parts series, the Cup Series, and the Truck Series. Whew! A lot going on, but we're going to make it all happen. As always, thanks for watching Rubber Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Rubber Sports Show, your YouTube leader. Sports channel content.